Unfortunately, in society there are many different social problems that lots of people may experience at different points in their lives.
Social workers basically work with everybody. People have support needs for a whole variety of reasons.
As a social worker, you can give people the opportunity to make a difference in their own lives.
You can change somebody's life. You're leaving them in a better place than how you found them.
So it's important that we have people with the right values to come into practice, to work with people in difficult times in their lives.
People training to be a social worker would need to not only learn in an academic sense about the theoretical concepts surrounding social work, but also how we go about interacting with people. It might be about a non-discriminatory approach to understanding the range of problems that people may face.
Social workers really need to go at people's paces, not our own pace. First thing we really have to do is to be able to listen to people, to take that time to understand something from somebody else's point of view. Somebody being able to put their trust in a social worker and feeling comfortable with that social worker.
Really important to put yourself in their shoes, understand what they're going through and why and what's happened.
You don't necessarily need to have come to university through a traditional academic entry point.
I kind of dedicated my life to being a mom, and then afterwards when the kids are big grown up, that's when I came to the decision to enroll in social work.
I left school in 1985. I'd done an MVQ4 and I had some basic GCSEs. I had quite sort of solid work experience with lots of transferable skills.
Social work qualifying programmes across all of the universities at the partnership will be equipping people with the key social work knowledge around the law and policy which guides us, the professional requirements for a social worker. They'll also learn about social work theories of engagement and involvement. So there'll be lots of practical skill-based sessions and learning from people who have faced social work services themselves.
In my first year I looked at politics, law, relationship-based practice, my own values, how all of those fitted in and was relevant to social work. This year we've progressed, we're looking at safeguarding of adults, safeguarding of children. We've looked at how all the things that we were taught last year, how that has all fitted in a more practice-based way. With having all of that knowledge, that we're then going to be going out onto placement, so it all fits in really well, all interweaves together.
People on social work programmes will go out onto practice placements. They'll spend 170 days in total, indeed, on traditional programmes, learning from people who are social workers and working with people.
To begin to, kind of understand the world they'll be practising in.
People on a social work degree can expect to take part in academic assessment where they might be writing a formal assignment, but alongside that they will also be taking part in practical assessment. So a person may be filmed, for example, in an interaction with a person and need to reflect upon the way in which they engage with them. A person might sit some formal tests and examinations, and also they'll be assessed whilst out there on placement, so not only by social work academics but also colleagues in practice. Every person on a social work degree will expect to have the support of an academic tutor, somebody who's experienced both in terms of the profession but also in academic life as well.
We do have groups where when one gets stuck or one is struggling, we can all message each other and talk to each other.
All colleagues across the partnership would really encourage anybody who may be interested in social work to come and speak to us at the various universities. Open days operate across the year.
There's some good organisations like BASWA, the British Association of Social Workers, or Community Care, or even government websites. Also, you're always going to find on these websites people who've used services and listen to their experience.
The big thing that I did was I went and done some volunteering, and that gave me a really good grounding, working with different charities in the public sector who work alongside us and learning to develop relationships with people, because I think that's a central part of social work practice.
All of these things are really good stepping stones to get into social work.
It's a brilliant course. Can't wait to do my placements. Everyone's so friendly, so I recommend.